Hi, this is David McCann for Elementor 360. In this video, I want to take a look at ElementsPlus. ElementsPlus is a free Elementor add-on from the CSS Igniter team. In addition to a general overview of the add-on, I also want to focus in on some of its unique and interesting features. CSS Igniter is a theme and plugin creator. They're known for creating high-quality niche WordPress themes, and they've also created a number of plugins. As you can see, they have more than 80 premium themes. Here are a few of their offerings, and you can see that there are some for small business, for fitness, for restaurant, for WooCommerce, hotels, conferences, video blogger, business, travel, and so on. They also have a number of plugins. There's a Gutenberg add-on, Audio Igniter, a music player for WordPress, Quick View add-on for WooCommerce, Max Slider, a WordPress slider add-on, ElementsPlus that we're going to be taking a look at. And early on, the company started supporting Elementor in their themes. If we take a look at ElementsPlus, we see that it's been heavily tested and it has flexible options, but it says just the ones you need. So the idea with their Elementor plugin is that they give you enough options but don't overwhelm you with so many. It's regularly updated and it's a free plugin with premium support. Comes with more than 20 widgets, and in all there are about 30 features when you add widgets, extensions, and form stylers. ElementsPlus is available in the WordPress plugin directory. We can see it has more than 10,000 active installs, and it has a perfect 5-star rating with 25-star reviews. So I created a test site with the ElementsPlus plugin installed, Elementor installed, and the CSS Igniter Spencer theme. If we look at the demo for the Spencer theme, we can see that it comes with several layouts. There's a 1-column with a sidebar. There's a 1-column without sidebar. There's a blog page with 3 columns in a grid. There's a courses page, a WooCommerce shop page, about me, contact, and an elements page. And that's a nice thing of their demos is that they have a page that shows you how all of the common elements are styled. So I like that, and you can see here are some of the styles that they have for the Spencer theme. Okay, back to the demo site. If we go to the dashboard and we look at the Elementor menu, we can see that when ElementsPlus is activated, it adds a submenu here. This submenu is where it shows all of the widgets and extensions and form stylers, and you can enable or disable them as you need. So we can see that the add-on brings a number of kind of more common types of features as well as some unique ones. For example, here is the Audio Igniter Plus widget, which gives you an audio player with playlists inside of Elementor. Here's a Button Plus widget, which is an enhanced button widget. Here's a form widget for Caldera Forms for Contact Forms 7. And there's one for WP Forms as well. There's call to action, content toggle, flip clock, a dual button, a countdown, heading, gallery, Google Maps, hotspots, icons, image hover effects, image comparison, image accordion, inline SVG, some Instagram related features, a label, a page preloader feature, pricing list widget, schedule post extension, so you can schedule post visibility by date, a search widget, sticky video, tooltip tilt effect, tables, and a YouTube slideshow. Okay, so I've created a page that we can use. I'm going to start and I will add the heading widget, heading plus. And what this gives you a 3-part heading, and you can enter the text and style each part separately. So let's see. Your birthday is in 3 more days. So then you can choose your tag, you can add a link, and your alignment. If you look at the styling here, you can change the text colors, the background colors, the typography, the text and shadow. I'm going to go for part 1. Let's put a little bit of padding on the right. Okay, and then in part 2, we'll add some padding on the right in this case also. And then let's go to the background color, and we'll start by choosing a purple background color. Okay, and then for heading 2, we'll choose a background color of light blue. And for heading 3, we'll choose a background color of, let's say, this reddish color. Okay, you get the idea. So we could change the typography, the text styles, and everything here also if we wanted to. Anyway, so this is the heading plus widget. Now let's add a search widget, which is, I think, one of the cool widgets that it offers. You can choose whether it's going to search all post types or limit the search to post pages or a custom post type, and the same for taxonomies. The number it's going to return, whether it has a submit button or not, what the results show, and then you can also style all of the different features, the input, the button, the drop down, the results wrapper, results title, and results excerpt. Okay, so let's just save this and go try it out. I guess there's a hello world. Yeah, so you see it didn't have a page submit like you normally have if you use the widget, the search widget that comes with WordPress. So anyway, that's a nice feature and I like it. Let's go back now and let's try the sticky video option. I think I'll give a little margin at the top. Okay, and now let's add our sticky video. Oh, so this is not a widget, but rather what the sticky video widget does is it's an extension of the Elementor video widget. So you add your video link as you normally would and set up your content and style options using the regular Elementor widget, but then you can enable a sticky option. And when you do that, then you have some placement options, whether it's going to be on the right or left, and you can set the offset from the edge and the bottom. So let's just make the offset a little higher and update that. Let's see, I think so that we can scroll, we'll need to add a text element here, and we'll add some text to that. Okay, this is just for demonstration purposes, and let's see how that works. So here's our video, and as we scroll down, the video comes over on the side. So that's the video feature. I'm going to go ahead and remove this text block. The next one that I want to look at is the Audio Igniter Plus widget. The way this works is that you go in the admin, you install their audio player, and that gives you a menu item for playlists. So I created one for the musician Trombone Shorty, and I added some tracks here. And then it has some settings for the player to customize the player. Okay, so I've got a playlist set up, and then when I add the widget here to the Elementor page, it gives you the option to pick the playlist. You can override some of the customization options that were set in the admin. I think that this is a very attractive and interesting widget for Elementor to have a player, and it would work nicely for a band or a music-related WordPress site. So the next widget I want to look at is image hover effects, and with it you pick two images, and then when you hover over it, it transitions between the two images. So I think this is cool also. It comes with a number of different effects. So you can experiment with that and find the effect that you like. But anyway, I like that better than like some of the before and after widgets. And then ElementsPlus comes with two different countdown widgets. There's the Flip Clock Plus, which is pretty cool. And so you set how many days in the future you want it to go. You can add a time if you want. And then you can set your message when the timer runs out. If you want the labels for the hours, minutes, seconds, the clock face, whether you want seconds to show alignment, and then there's style options for those things. And so you can see it's kind of a card folding effect. I think I've seen that kind of thing maybe in train stations a long time ago. Anyway, that's kind of a nice one. And then there's another one called Countdown Plus, which is similar, but it's more traditional kind of countdown. Again, you can toggle things on and off, and you have some styling options. Those are their countdown widgets. Then it has a content toggle widget, so you can add some content to two different panels, and you can enter your message or content here, with the kind of standard old classic type of editor. And that does let you enter media, but if you want to do anything fancy, you're going to have to go in text mode and enter your HTML stuff manually. But there's also the option that in addition to just typing it in or entering it in here, you can also use a template. So that's a good flexibility feature so that you're not limited to this kind of old style editor. And then you can toggle and you see your secondary content, so you can enter that here. That's what that's like. Then one more that I want to look at to kind of show you, make a point about the add-on pack is let's add a hotspot image widget. You know the way those work. You kind of enter your hotspots and you use some sliders here to position them. Okay, so you get the idea with that. And I think I'll switch it to being an icon, and you can choose your icons. Okay, and then there's the option for a tooltip. And so you could add, for instance, an HTML link here using the text option. Okay, but let's just kind of see how this looks. Let's go preview this. There's our video placeholder, and here's our tooltip. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, kind of the reason I wanted to show this is because, see, you have this slight issue that there's no padding at the top of the title. And go back into the editor. There's not really, I mean, you could go in and create some HTML here, go into text and add like a div with some styling. But if you look at the style here and at the tooltip styles, you can adjust the width and the background color and the text color, but there's no padding or anything like that. And I wanted to show this to you because it's kind of a design philosophy decision that the plugin authors made to keep the plugin options minimal and try to give you just what's needed. And I wanted to point out because in some cases, like in this case, you might need to add some CSS yourself in order to adjust that if you needed to. So these are nice widgets. I'm just pointing out that the number of options that they have purposefully been kept to a minimum. And then there are a couple of other extensions. So one of the extensions is you have the option to set a visible from and visible until date to control visibility by date. And so that's useful, for instance, if you're going to have a holiday sale or something like that. Then there's a tilt effect extension, which gives you some settings for kind of animating by rotation and tilt. And so the other extension is this preloader extension. And you add that to your page, and then you have some settings here, and you can set the size of your spinner. You can preview it in the editor. Let's save. Let's go view the page. Okay, so that's the preloader option. So that's the walkthrough and look at ElementsPlus. Now for a little discussion and conclusions. ElementsPlus had several widgets and features that I really liked. I liked the Ajax search. It seems pretty flexible in terms of the content you can search, and it's attractive and works well. I liked the sticky video enhancement to the Elementor video widget. I really liked the audio player and playlist, the Audio Igniter widget. It'd be very nice for bands or music related sites. I liked the hover image transition widget, and I like the flip clock widget as well. The fact that ElementsPlus has the nice ability in the admin to enable or disable any of the features that you want to use or don't need, I think is a sign of a high quality Elementor add-on. And it means that if there are a few of the features that you really like, you can use ElementsPlus without loading a lot of extra resources on the site or without overloading the Elementor widget list. I think the only possible downside to ElementsPlus is that in some cases there are not a large number of styling options in the Elementor editor. The philosophy seems to be to provide just enough settings for the user without overwhelming the user or having too many. But in some cases there may be things that you want to adjust, and you'd have to bring some CSS styling in order to make those adjustments yourself. Overall, I like the ElementsPlus add-on, and it comes from CSS Igniter that has a good reputation. So that's my walkthrough and review of ElementsPlus. There's a text version of the video available on the Elementor 360 website, along with some other walkthroughs and reviews and Elementor resources. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.